Hey everyone, happy Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't, hello. I had Thanksgiving dinner last night with my brother and my adopted brother Gary Foster and a couple of friends. Interesting night, it was fun. I'm not a very traditional person, so I'm going to not get too political, but you know, Thanksgiving is just mostly a lie. So, just about wiped out the native, the people that lived on this planet in order to, this continent in order to celebrate this this phony holiday. It's just my opinion. I don't think the folks I'm related to of Indian heritage are feeling very thankful today. I don't know that. That part of me isn't thankful. Music, though. Music is just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. Art is a wonderful thing, And just gonna relax today, it's like last night was interesting. I picked up my brother and we went out to Gary's. Gary is a great cook, and he said he wanted to have dinner with friends Wednesday night because he's spending today with his dad, who is almost in a vegetative state because of Alzheimer's and all that stuff, being an older gentleman. So but one of the other couples that was there was John and Susie. And Susie is Susie Buffett. I'm sure you folks have heard of Warren Buffett, one of the richest people on the planet. That's his daughter at the party. And she dates a guitarist. Well, they're both friends with Gary. And I met her before too, So it was an interesting night, stimulating conversation. Do you think I acted any different around her because she's rich? Fuck no. Hell no. I don't mean a goddamn thing to me. What, we talked about social issues and stuff, and she is a mover and shaker locally. Well, not just locally, but she's involved in charities. And, she does try to do something with her money. She does. But she's also realistic about what can happen, which is, not too much of anything. But the one thing that I did talk to her about was she's friends with a lot of famous people because of her money, and her work. And Bono of U2 is a good friend of hers, and he comes to Omaha, apparently, more than people think, just to get away. And I said, well, shit, I'd like to meet Bono, And shit, by the end of the evening, before I left, I said, I'm serious. I wouldn't mind meeting Bono. And I'll put it like this: I bet you he would like to meet me. And she said, something, Dereck, I think you're right. We'll see. Gary Foster, who I just went to Chicago with, is a good friend and like a brother. He is like a brother because we're like brothers. It's like, there's a lot we don't have in common. And we talk very real to each other, like brothers. Gary gets on my nerves big time, I love him to death, He's not a collector. He has a record store. All of his collection is for sale, which, again, still, that ain't happening for me. I'm not going to bother with Black Friday. So I went ahead and bought something from Gary last night. Sonny Chirac and Peter Brotzman, Fragment. This is a numbered, limited edition. I think there's 1,000 of these. It's number 602. Now what we have here is a live recording, December 2nd, 1989. This is an audience recording. It's not even a professional recording. So it sounds like a bootleg. But what we have here is it's like being a fly on the wall, seeing a really dynamic meeting of two amazing musicians. it's not all sparks flying right away. And what's interesting is one of the tracks, the audience, it's like the audience is hardly with them until they kind of do this really weird kind of skronk blues thing, and then the audience starts going nuts, and then they take it left. The audio is not very good on this, but the performance is, it's a lesson. It's a lesson. This is really, I'm glad I bought this. And I'm also glad that Gary gave it to me for half price. I see that Dave, I've been watching Dave's, he started his prog series, and I love that stuff. You know, he's doing the Italian now. I've shown most of mine before. Just because I want to just vibe with him, I'm going to show some of the same stuff. I don't have, I have, but I don't have what I want. But before I get there, I wanted to show this. Several folks have mentioned the Don Cherry Penderecki, I believe that's how you say his name, collaboration. And I have it on Everest. Hummus and Actions with the new Eternal Rhythm Orchestra. I'll try to look this up to find out when this was released, and there's no release date. I know that I've had this album for 30 years. So I wanted to share that. And I listened to this. I did. I played this yesterday. More Sightings by George Adams and Marvin Hannibal Peterson. Yow. This is excellent. On Enja. Enja is, again, a label that can be generally trusted for jazz. This smokes. Now what I have playing in the background is Eddie Henderson. I just got it playing on my computer. I'll show it to you right quick. Here we go. Eddie Henderson was the trumpet player in Herbie Hancock's Mwandishi Band, probably my favorite period of Herbie Hancock. And this is Eddie's second album under his name, but it's the Mwandishi Band with Patrick, including Patrick Gleason. This is fantastic. It's that ostinato groove thing that they're doing. Just fantastic. Herbie right now. And the one before it, which is, again, highly recommended, Inside Out. Eddie Henderson. Highly recommended, both of these. You can hear it. But I wanted to vibe for a second with prog and jazz man. Dave, thanks for showing your records. I'm looking forward to the rest. I'm going to show some things that I have on vinyl, then some things I have on CD and burn, because I'm wondering if you have the vinyl, and if you do, would you please show it? I just love seeing the real records. Some of the, I guess, I've shown most of these before, and I don't have near the Italian prog I'd like to. And I didn't pull it all. I didn't pull my PFM or my Sensations Fix. But he showed Saint Just, and that's a grail. I have the music. I'd love to have the album. The drummer on that album is Tony Esposito. Here is one of Tony's good solo albums. Gente Distrata. This is his third solo album, 1977, I think, on Numero Uno. And this is more jazz rocky. It's got kind of a happy feel to it. But as he went on in his career, his music got more and more commercial. Just really treacly crap. He's a great drummer though. This is a very good jazz rock album. Very good. Gente Distrata. Tony Esposito. I'm going to do my best to speak good Italian for Daddy Penix. I love you, Rob. Here's a reissue that I got in New York last time I was there. Raccomandata ricevuta ritorno. And this is really, really excellent. It is. It's bombastic as hell. And by that I mean it's like, as Dave explained, they have this background in Italy of the classics, and that's all in here in the Italian prog. These cats can play, and they really push boundaries. I'll show this for a second because this is a very nice reissue. And it's Cetra, Fun, etc. were very important labels. I don't know if they're still around in Italy, but it's a reissue, but it shows the label that it was on. Here's an American release of Acqua Fragile. Bernardo Lanzetti was in this band, who ended up becoming the lead singer in PFM. This is very good. Now, I understand that this album didn't do so good when it came out because they sang it in English with the idea that they were going to try to promote it in America, and it never got that far. This came out in America like many, many years later. It's a very good album, though. Mass Media Stars by Acqua Fragile. He mentioned Area. I've shown my Area records before. Area is fantastic. The lead singer, Demetrio Stratos, very much like Leon Thomas with his yodeling and stuff. I love this band because they go from prog to jazz to avant-garde, all on the same records, too. Gli de Senevano, Gli Arrabbiate Restano. Excellent musicians, excellent. I think, Andrea, didn't you just see them in concert? Wow. What else do I have by Area before I go to this other stuff? I should have put this in order. Okay, here we go. Here's some more Area. Event 76. These are all originals. I bought these back in the day. They're all in cramps. Ariazione. Ariazione. I'm not in the mood to play this stuff for you this morning. But some of this music is definitely worth. You need to hear. Arbeit macht free. I forget what that means. Fantastic. This one doesn't have the obi, but this is a Japanese pressing of their album Tick and Tack. Crack. Yeah. Maldetti. Just want to show them vibing with my band. I've shown this several times. This is, to me, it's just a monster, over-the-top Italian prog classic. It's not a masterpiece. It's really over the top and can be a little bit it can be a little bit too much. But it's pure Italian. I love that. Il balletto di bronzo, is. Yeah, I have proudly shown this several times in videos. You know, this is an original copy. Booklet inside and everything. Another Area album, Caution, Radiation Area. More on the jazz side is Perigio, but they need to be included. And this is some. They have moments where it really comes together, and then some of the music to me is kind of bland, to be honest. And of the two, I like this one the best, Valley of the Temples. They have more albums, but these are the only two that I have. Perigio, Valley of the Temples. Here's an interesting album that is a studio creation. I've forgotten the name of the guy who's behind it. Ultima Spiaggia. Ultima Spiaggia. And this is interesting more visually than musically. It's like, it seems like they're trying to present a large vision of something, incorporating different styles of music and music concrete and voices and sound effects, and it's just interesting in parts. I love the cover though. Yeah, so I mean, that's pure to my eyes. This is pure, so Italian, and it's just got this big elaborate book. I I do kind of wish I understood Italian so I could know what the story is about. The label of the record is cool too. Ultima Spiaggia. Let's set that aside. Latte et miel, papillon. Great, great. Notice how the person in the middle looks like a child. That's because he was. That's the drummer. I think he was 17 when they made this album. Papillon. You can hear a big Emerson, Lake and Palmer influence on this band, but then they give it the Italian twist. This is a Korean reissue. I believe it's C1. And it's on red vinyl. I'll show that. This is very good. Very, very good. Highly recommend. If you're interested in Italian prog, keyboard-dominated music, Brian Baker, I think. I haven't seen Brian, but he did say that he would be traveling with his job. I'm assuming that's maybe why we haven't heard from Brian Baker lately, who did a recent series of all of his prog albums, and nicely done. But if you happen to see this, Brian, and don't know about Latte et Miel, this is one you'll love. Now, I included this one mainly because it's in a Karma reissue. It's an Italian band, but they're more hard rock. But I wanted to show it. Moby Dick. This came out posthumously. I don't think this ever came out. The story's inside. These guys were chasing the tail of Led Zeppelin. It's just so obvious that they're trying to do Led Zeppelin, and they're not doing a bad job of it. I mentioned this to Paniques before because I know that Rob is a big Led Zeppelin collector. But I wanted to show because the Karma does indeed do a fantastic job. 180 gram, heavy cardboard. Usually the paper is textured, and this one comes with an extra 7-inch single. I played some of this last night, and it's like it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm glad I have it. I'll tell you that. I'm glad I have it. Okay. Oh boy, we're having another long one, but it's Thanksgiving, so I'll just talk and show these until I'm done. Yeah, I'm probably going to just chill today, you know. I do know that several folks would love it if I would stop by. But I'm at the point where I really dislike how we still try to force these kinds of traditions. And a lot of times people get together that really don't want to be together. And I don't want to see them either, you know. So I'm just going to chill. Merple, this is a reissue, but this is awesome. I mean, really it is. It's a concept album about a penguin, I think. Really well played. Really well played. Merple. Again, I love that artwork. Merple. This one again is comes with reproduction of the inner sleeve, and it's on green vinyl. Look at all this work I'm making for myself. Okay. Arti e mestieri, excellente. Giro di valzer per domani. Yes, Furio Trico, the drummer. Fabulous player. Fabulous. But the music, the whole band, excellent. Original on Cramps. Quinto Stato. This one is really good too. Also on Cramps. Andrea, Black Turmel 90, thank you so much. Anima Latina by Lucio Battisti. This is a wonderful album. The cover is perfect for it. That sunlight and that image of the children at play around the gypsy. Perfect. Anima Latina. Also, Andrea just blew my mind when he gave me Alpha Taurus. This has been a grail one of mine forever. On yellow vinyl. Wow. Wow. This is so good. Only one album, too. And for the first album to be so accomplished, this is excellent. Il Badicento. Yeah, this is excellent jazz rock. Could be soundtrack music too. They do have a second album. I have some of it on the computer, but I don't have the record. I love this. Main Horse. Patrick Moraz of Yes. This is a band he started out in. There he is. And this is excellent. The track on here called God. Fabulous. Not going to put it on right now. Just going to roll with this. I'm almost done. Alluminogeni Scolopendra. This is a strange record. This is a strange prog album. It's spacey. You know, again, Dave, I love how you really have studied and know what you think about this music, and you're on point about how there's not too much space rock coming out of Italy. And so this is one of those odd ones where it's the prog thing, but there's this space stuff in there too. And then something else, which is kind of hard to put my finger on. This is a reissue, but once again, the Phonet label. Phonet Cetra. Anybody knowing more about those labels and their history? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. I wonder if they're still going. This is going to be a long one, folks. So I said I'm almost done, and I am, but I'm going to show everything I pulled rather than stop. Osana. Yeah. Milano Calibro 9. This is where I started with Osana. This is my favorite by Osana. Palepoli. This to me is like, wow. This is a masterpiece to me of Italian prog rock. It's got a real heavy folk aspect of this album too. I think this is their best album. I love this. Palepoli, Osana. I'm not gonna open it. And then I have this one, Landscape of Life. He mentioned the big three, Le Orme. I have Contrapunti. I used to have Filona and A Serona. You know, I went through a bad period in life where I was pretty psychotic and got rid of records I had no business getting rid of. I have their live album, In Concerto. And then I have this Libra album. I had the other one and I got rid of it. It was just, I could not get past the fake soul moves on that album. Yeah, Pollution on here is the standout track. And it's on Motown. Yeah. And then, of course, the fabulous Corte dei Miracoli. This is a reissue. This is just fabulous. It's a different reissue. It's a different reissue label than yours, I noticed, though. Here's the label. 180 gram vinyl. Wonderful stuff. I don't know why I thought that this was the album that DJ Shadow had used to sample on his album Introducing. I just got it mixed up with something else. I'll figure it out. And then I wanted to show some stuff I have on CD. Circus 2000 and Escape from a Box. This is on a Karma. And this is a real nice, like, mini LP sleeve. Real fat cardboard. Inner sleeve with the catalog and everything. As far as albums, this one is definitely stays in the collection, but this is one where the vocals ruin it for me. Vocals suck, in my opinion, on this. Delirium. Once again, one of those records that I will never see again. I used to have one of their albums on vinyl. I'll never see it again. Lo scemo el villaggio. Delirium. Pure Italian, I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. Bombastic. It's bombastic. Now the rest of these are burns because the records are so rare. And whenever if I've seen these, I couldn't afford them. But I have the music. Locanda delle Fate. I love this band. It's another example of a band where I wish they didn't sing. Beautiful music. And the back is just the information. Metamorphosis. Whoa. Infernal. See, sometime it would be nice to play some of this for you folks that are interested, because some prog is just really terrible. It is. It's just a mess. And then some stuff is really reaching for something almost intangible, and they make it. And Metamorphosis is one of those. Infernal. This is amazing. Marsupilami Arena, another one that I'm so sad that I don't even remember selling this. Another one that I had, Maxophone. I had the PAL USA like you, Dave. I was out of my mind. It was trying to deal with religious madness that made me do it. That's part of why I have such a negative attitude. Garibaldi. I want these. Nuda. I would love to have this on vinyl. I saw a reissue of this in Chicago when I was with Gary, but I had to make a choice. Astrolabio by Garibaldi. So ultimately the thing is, as a collector, I like having the artifacts. I mean, I really do like having the whole artifact. But when it comes down to the bottom line, I do have the music and can listen to it. Gruppo di Improvvisation Nuova Consonanza. I'm thinking someone in the vinyl community got a copy of this on vinyl not so long ago. Was that maybe Chris Alvear, maybe? Gleeman. Now this is going back, this is a little more on the pop psych side. This band became another band, I forget which one, but this one, if I ever see this, sold. Look at that cover. Goblin. You know, after all these years, I still don't have any Goblin on vinyl. That's kind of, don't make any sense. This is fantastic. He mentioned Formula 3. Here we have Sonando e Risognando. Yeah, Formula 3. I'm going on a half hour here. I'm going to finish. La Grande Casa. So Dave, if you have any more of these that I'm showing just as burns, I'd love to just drool over you showing the vinyl. Or anyone else. Yeah, Flashman. I think this band is related to the Gleeman. Don't quote me. Pensando. Thank you again, Andrea, for this. Luciano Cilio. Tony Esposito plays on this. This is real special. This is not prog. This is just music, life music. The one that really got me going yesterday, Cervello Melos. You better believe I like a copy of this on vinyl. This is cool. Another one that I highly would love. This is so good. Capsicum Red. Let's see if I can say the title. Appunti per un'idea fissa. Capsicum Red. I had this and sold it. Cincinnati. Crazy. Here's another one. 2 coming up. Would love to have these on vinyl because these are so good. I Khalifi. Do you have this one, Dave? And then this one, killer. Bloco Mental. Bloco Mental. There's even an old video of them playing live on YouTube that you can look up. Bloco Mental. 2 by Biglietto per l'Inferno. I'd love to have these on vinyl. These guys remind me a little bit of Il Belletto di Bronzo. And then the last 2 is I have Banco. I have some Banco vinyl, but this one, Io sono nato libero. And another fantastic album, Buon Vecchio Charlie. This is over a half hour long, folks. Sorry about that for those that. But have a good day, and if the holiday Thanksgiving means something to you, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy.